It's Monday, January 19th.
It is not the right way to resolve differences within an alliance.
Reaction from European leaders this morning following U.S. President Donald Trump's latest tariff threat in his proposed takeover of Greenland. An investigation now underway after two high-speed trains collide in Spain, leaving at least 39 people dead.
In this more uncertain and dangerous world, we've chosen to create greater stability.
First China, then Qatar. Prime Minister Mark Carney now heading to Switzerland in search of investments to Canada. Prince Harry is in a London court this morning for the start of his latest case against the UK tabloids. Stay with us, Canada. Your morning starts right now. Good morning, Canada. Welcome to Your Morning. I'm Anne-Marie Mediwake.
Good morning. I'm Lindsey Deluce.
I'm Kelsey McEwen. Thanks for starting your Monday off with us.
Lots of news to get to. Let's jump in on this Monday morning. European leaders are now speaking out over U.S. President Donald Trump's plan to impose tariffs on 8 countries if they oppose his takeover of Greenland.
Out of the 8 countries who happen to be in the Arctic, 7 are NATO members. So we're actually quite well prepared to deal with existing and future security challenges in the Arctic. So that's a double message, a dual message that we're sending to our friends in the United States of America.
Norway's foreign minister says President Trump's proposed tariffs are, quote, unacceptable. Denmark's prime minister took to social media writing this, quote, Europe won't be blackmailed. The new tariffs would be imposed on Denmark, Finland, France, Germany, the Netherlands, Norway, Sweden, and the UK. President Trump says, the tariffs would be on all goods sent to the U.S. starting at 10% in February and then jumping to 25% in the summer.
Alliances endure because they're built on respect and partnership, not pressure. That is why I said the use of tariffs against allies is completely wrong.
UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer spoke this morning about the importance of constructive communication with the U.S. president. And Donald Trump continues to insist that Greenland is critical for U.S. security. He posted online last night. He wrote this, quote, NATO has been telling Denmark for 20 years to get the Russian threat away from Greenland. Unfortunately, Denmark has been unable to do anything about it. Now it is time, and it will be done.
It's a serious situation, and we're concerned. We're concerned about this escalation.
Prime Minister Mark Carney defending Greenland's sovereignty and security. He says the future of Greenland and any decisions about it are for Greenland and Denmark to decide. An emergency meeting of European Union ambassadors has been called in Brussels. The EU is now considering retaliatory tariffs. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Carney's next stop on his international trip is the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. The Prime Minister will be among world and corporate leaders trying to drum up more investment for Canada. The U.S. president, he will be there. He will be speaking in Davos this week. Prime Minister Carney is heading to Switzerland from Qatar, which is a country that Canada will partner with on major projects.
We are creating a framework to build, and we need investment above and beyond what's available here in Canada.
Prime Minister Carney is calling Qatar a strategic partner on major energy projects. However, there are no details or firm commitments announced. Canada and Qatar are also planning to strengthen ties on clean energy, AI, and defense. In other news today, at least 39 people are dead following a high-speed train crash in Spain. Officials say the cars on a train headed to Madrid jumped the tracks, crossing into the path of an oncoming train. 400 people were on board both trains. Dozens of people are hurt. Spain's civil guard says this is the country's worst rail crash in more than a decade. Spain's transport minister is calling the crash extremely strange, saying rail experts are pretty baffled on how this happened. An investigation into what happened is obviously now underway. Ontario's Special Investigations Unit has been called in after a police officer and a suspect were shot in Oshawa.
I heard a little bit of yelling, like a domestic dispute kind of thing. Me and my dog were at the end getting ready to come up, and then I heard the 3 pops.
Officers were responding to a mental health call yesterday morning, and according to the SIU, there was a suspect armed with a knife. During an interaction, one officer opened fire several times. Both the officer and the suspect were shot. They're now in stable condition, both of them. The SIU says at this time it doesn't appear that the suspect had a firearm. This is security video taken at a home in Vaughan. This is north of Toronto, showing shots fired at a parked car. This happened early Sunday morning. 2 suspects were involved in this. One shot at the car, the other smashed the back window. No one was hurt. So 2 brothers live in the house. One of them says he doesn't know why they were targeted. The York Regional Police Firearms Investigations Team is now leading the case. 8 people were sent to the hospital after a chemical leak at a Toronto condo building, and Toronto fire officials say the issue was in the pool area involving cleaning chemicals. A total of 11 people needed to be seen by paramedics. 8 people were sent to the hospital for more treatment. Officials say the building has been ventilated and the area is now safe. Hundreds of people from the Kashechewan First Nation are now in hotel rooms with no idea when they can go back home.
No showers. We can't drink the water, not even the filtered. I was making juice, right, and I got sick. Everybody got sick. Everybody's still sick.
It's an awful experience. It's a scary thing. This one is more like a shocker to me because it's a sudden thing.
It was January 4th when the Fly-In community declared a state of emergency after its water treatment plant failed and sewage started creeping into people's homes and contaminating fresh water systems. Kashechewan's First Nations executive director says about 400 people are still in the community. 2,200 people live there. The rest of the people have been relocated to Niagara Falls, Timmins, Kapuskasing, Kingston as well. Indigenous Services Canada had said it was prioritizing the evacuation and has enlisted a company that specializes in water and wastewater management to fix the issue. Meanwhile, people who remain in the community are using bottled water for drinking, cooking, and showering. Prince Harry's in court in London this morning, continuing his legal battle against the UK tabloids. The Duke of Sussex arrived at the London High Court for the start of opening statements. He's expected to take the stand Thursday. This is the 3rd and final case against the media brought on by Prince Harry. He is joined by some other high-profile complainants. That's Elton John and his husband, David Furnish, Elizabeth Hurley, and others. They're suing the publisher of the Daily Mail. They are alleging the tabloid used illegal means like phone tapping to gather personal information about them. The trial is expected to last for 9 weeks. Uber Eats is marking its 10-year anniversary, and the app is revealing some of its Canadian highlights. Ready? We are learning a hungry Torontonian placed an order for more than $6,000 worth of burgers and fries. Uber Eats Canada didn't say what restaurant or when the order was made, but it topped the list for the priciest delivery in the app's history. They also revealed the country's top tippers over the decade. Okay, so Calgary, Edmonton, Montreal, Halifax, Ottawa, top tippers.